Would you classify yourself as a religious person? Have you always been a religious?
It's funny because that says God right there. Yeah, there we go. Right up here it says God up here. Little shit like that happens all day.
All right, welcome back everybody. Episode 10. How cool was Bashy?
Yeah, Bash done well, man. It was it was good to hear his story. I feel like a few people might get to know me a little bit better now too.
Oh, 100%. Like I just found out more about him, and obviously the man travels with a bit of dust in his pocket and he threw it in the air, hit my eyes and all that. Like I talk to him about that sort of stuff. Can't have that happen all the time.
Yeah, we've got met G on. So Matt Gamble, founder of G3 Fitness. Thanks for coming on, my dude.
All good, bro.
Appreciate you, man. Brother, just kick us off. I'd love to know your like a bit of your fitness journey and kind of like your career path, because you've been through all of it. Like you've done PTs, you've done group fitness, you've founded a franchise network, now moved into recovery. So mate, very well versed in the industry with the wellness. So we kind of love to hear that path, man.
Yeah.
Like walk us through it.
It's all happened. So if we're going to stem it right back. So I was a big kid growing up. Just overweight, didn't really have anything to do with fitness and stuff like that. Started playing footy at about 12 years old, so got into it a bit later than possibly should have. But and then just started moving. I ended up snapping my PCL at the age of 15.
Sheesh.
Yeah, and then when I went to get surgery done on it, they only do 2 surgeries a year for that stuff because you can tighten up your calves and your hamstrings to get it right. So they don't really do it. They only do it on football players.
Right.
So the doctor was like, "Look, you can go to a gym and strengthen up your hamstrings and your calves to get it better." Right. So that's sort of how that started. So I was like, "Cool." Signed up to a gym. It was World Gym at the time.
So that was instead of surgery.
Yeah, instead of surgery,
Gotcha.
yeah. So ended up going to World Gym and then just doing my rehab work, just in and out sort of thing. And obviously big kid, bit insecure and stuff like that. Just went in, did my thing and left. Then started to venture out. It was like a playground. Like I'd go see people do upper body and shoulders and arms and I'd just move around. Next thing you know, like this love and development of just fitness of like, wow, I can actually come somewhere and build myself up. And it's an individual effort. It's not team sport. It's like the amount of work I put in, I can
returns.
Yeah. So then strengthened up the knee, that became good. And then over a year and a half, 2 years, I just was obsessed of just like, oh my God, like seeing the transformation, obviously always been a big kid, seeing that losing weight, building muscle and stuff like that. And me and my mum were watching The Biggest Loser and, we're watching The Biggest Loser together and like, we're both crying and like, just of like the guy on the TV, Shannon Ponton was like training some person. Mind you, Shannon Ponton follows me on Instagram now as well. So it's a cool story. Yeah.
That's the full circle moment.
That's the full circle moment. That I'm like, that's cool. And like seeing him and like he was training some chick and she lost all this weight and me and mum were crying. And I left year 10. School was fun, but it wasn't necessarily like, I had to leave. So this happened and 6 months I just hung out and then just was training and stuff like that. My mum, when we watched The Biggest Loser, she's like, you could like, that could be a job, right? And I was just like, fuck, like this would be so cool.
Yeah, okay.
So she got in contact with the TAFE we tried to contact. And because I failed my year 10 health, I couldn't actually get in. So I was actually blocked.
Wait. Can you go through that? I want to hear about that. So you failed year 10 health.
Yeah, I failed it. Me and the teacher did not get along. Because I was a cool kid and she didn't like it. So basically like she failed me. So when I tried to get into TAFE, they blocked it off and said, well, you haven't even passed the year 10 criteria.
Oh, wow.
So anyways, that happened, a bit discarded. And then my mum got a job out of the Yellow Pages just for extra cash. And the guy, she was doing some books, some accounting. The guy that she was doing accounting for was from that TAFE. So then he was like, oh yeah, I work at Kingswood TAFE. And my mum was like, oh, I tried to get my son into like, Cert 3, but like he failed his year 10. And he's like, I know the head honcho, let me call him up, find out. One spot
where there's a will, there's a way.
I wasn't even supposed to be. I was not even supposed to be there. And that was cool because I think for me mentally it was like, I'm not even supposed to be here. And this has happened, which obviously a big believer in God and the universe. And I was just like, looking back, it was like the stars aligned. My mum had that job for 4 weeks. He only needed someone for 4 weeks over Christmas. And then I ended up aligning, got in, did my Cert 3 and 4, still training at World Gym at the time. And then Cert 3 was just for myself to like continue on that journey. And then the lady was like, who's going to do Cert 4, which you can do personal training? And it was like, still obviously had that big kid inside of me of like, who, like the voices of, you know, who do you
Like
think you are?
self-doubt.
Yeah. And just, anyways, I just continued on with it. Wasn't the fastest learner, wasn't the smartest in the room, but I tried to instill like a hard work ethic.
Yep.
Growing up and stuff like that, we lived in like below average. We're in housing commission. Mum's bedroom was a garage and stuff like that. So it was just, I just have to work hard. That's all I know. I don't have another skill set except just show up and do your best sort of thing, but stay consistent in that realm. Did my Cert 4, and by the time I finished Cert 4, I had the job at World Gym. So basically, I was just there training, building myself up, and then they had a job vacancy going for a cleaning role. And then ended up putting my resume in. I didn't get the job. I was so disheartened because like I was burning. And the guy that got the job was a ex-bodybuilder. Like he was bodybuilding and he was a younger lad as well. And then I remember being there and Gretchy, who was the manager, seeing the guy on his phone showing everyone his comp photos instead of cleaning. And I watch, and I'm at the gym training, and I watch Mark.
So you go to Gretchen, you go, oi, check out this guy.
Oh yeah, I go. I would so not do that. And I've watched him walk up to Daniel, his name was, and be like, bro, like, get your stuff. And Daniel walked into the change rooms and walked out. And I've just like happened to come down the stairs.
Just happened to you.
And legit, Mark goes,
no way, what just happened?
I swear to God, he pointed to me, he goes, do you still want that job?
Can I ask on something there? So obviously you're at TAFE, you're training your Cert 3, your Cert 4, becoming a PT. And in my mind, most people do that, they want to become a PT, but you apply for a cleaner's job.
Yeah, that's all they had available. I just wanted to be in the energy. So yeah, it was all that was available. And I thought that would be my step in the door. Once again, the mentality was if I just work hard, I can do my thing.
So, and I love that because like when people see you now, like they say you're like Kye said, you're a business owner, you have this, like you've been in the industry, but how many people know you started at the bottom? Like no one wants to be a cleaner.
Yeah.
You don't go to TAFE, do your Cert 3, Cert 4 to be a cleaner.
Yeah, true.
100%.
And we can probably correct you because you said you didn't have a skill set. Like one would be fucking backing yourself for sure.
Yeah, 100%.
Yeah.
Work ethic is the biggest.
Yeah. I just cleaned the shit out of those treadmills.
They shone.
I made sure that I was the best cleaner. And like, that's what it was. I legit showed up and was like, I'm just going to clean the shit out of this place. And because I was always on the gym floor, I was connecting with people, like just like, hey man, how you doing? How was yesterday? And I just built this confidence of like, I can talk to people. Like I'm talking to older ladies and then I turn my head, I'm talking to bikies and then I'm talking to these guys. And then that I really developed in that space. So it's probably good I was a cleaner first because I didn't have any pressure. Yeah, because I was just a cleaner.
And that probably helped you develop that those personable skills too, like communicating with people, connecting with people.
Yeah, and then
without pressure.
Yeah, exactly. And then ended up finished my Cert 4, and then I had schoolies booked. So I was like to Mark, I'm going to schoolies. I'm going to come back with so many stories. He goes, well, when you come back, I'm going to have a client waiting for you the second you're back.
Wow. And
I was like, yeah, but like, you know, I've got to tell you what happened, bro. Yeah. Anyway, schoolies happened. I come back. I'm like, bro, sit down. He goes, well, you've got someone out there waiting for you and then we'll talk. I never forget, bro. I got so nervous, shaking. Like it was just like
first client.
It was just an intro session. He got a free session when he signed up, bro. And I'm like, no, but like Mark, like I'm still half lit. Like, what are we doing? He's like, nah, you're good. Just go out there. So once again, thrown in the deep end, and then that journey started. I was working at World Gym as just before World Gym. Did that for about 3 years, and just. Mark took me on as his mentor, like he was my mentor through that period, but I just shot for the stars. So to the point within 2 years, I was making the most money out of 10 of the contractors that were PTs.
Wow.
So my commission was like through the roof of like, but once again, it was just, I was happy that people wanted to connect with me. I was happy that they wanted to be like, you want to train with me? Well, I'm going to give you the best service possible that I know, and I'm going to help you as much as I can. The fact that you're asking me for help, I'm there, you know.
What do you think separated you from the other PTs at that time?
I wasn't worried about anything but the people that were in front of me, and I was just having fun with it. Like I just feel like I had this. It was like a magnet pull of like, this guy really cares about me and wants me to succeed, to the point where they're like, oh, I've got to pay for that pack, and I was like, oh yeah, we'll sort that out. Yeah. Where the other ones were like, this is a job, this is business. So like, I think a little bit blindsided and just was like young and just enjoyed being there. I think people
And then
enjoyed
they felt that.
Yeah. And then, ended up sitting them down and saying, hey, I want to start G3 Fitness. So ex-business partner, Aiden Ghazi, the glute guru now, he was finishing his course. I was at World Gym. His last name's my last name's Gamble. His last name's Ghazi. And we wanted to work at a gym. So it was like GGG. So G3. And then he's like, why don't we say get it done and put the E instead of the 3? I was like, cool. So that's when G3 Fitness started at World Gym, which is pretty cool.
Wow. And how many years back was that?
Now, I think we started G3 Fitness in 2012. Yeah. So, 2012, 2013, around that period was when it kicked off, which was cool.
Wow.
And it was, so PT boot camps.
Yeah.
That was the model at the time?
Yeah. He was a PT. He was a contractor. I was a contractor. We worked under the same brand, and then we started excelling out and running boot camps. And once again, he had that same thing of like, people want to train with me. Like, this is cool. One boot camp, I think we had like 90 people.
Damn.
Like at Jamison Park.
That's a gym, not a boot camp.
100%. We had 90 people in a row, and we're like, what is going on? Like, these guys want to train with us. Once again, like, wow. So I think that young, we're having fun, we care about you mindset was sort of like what we did. We were just having fun, and people enjoyed that we're getting paid for this. Like, you sure? Yeah. You don't have to pay if you don't want. Like,
would you?
I mean, you can give us money if you want.
Yeah,
but we're just happy to be here.
100%.
Would you accredit a bit of that to what you said earlier? Like, you grew up below average living, which means, correct me if I'm wrong, like what you did have, you put value on. Like the monetary side of things wasn't big because you never grew up with money. And so what little came your way, there was always value.
Yep.
And so by the sounds of things, you that value came out of you. You saw someone wanted to connect, like, wow, that's amazing. Like, that had more richness than the dollar they gave you.
I think you're right. I think from that upbringing of like, that's what it was like. It was sort of like, that's cool that we get paid for it, but like it wasn't really a factor that we're worried about. We just enjoyed being like in the house. I remember all my mates wanted to stay at my house. They were living in Glenmore Park in 2-story houses. I'm like, why do you want to stay at my house? Like, we've got to sleep in the lounge room. My mum's bedroom's a garage, but it was what was in the house. It was the love. It was the connection. It was the energy.
Comfortable. Yeah.
Exactly. So
that's cool.
So we did that, and then me and Aiden ventured out, did boot camps and stuff like that, and then I was there. We ran that for about 6 years, and then the penny dropped, where I sort of had 2 girls rock up at the same time, and they wanted to do a session. They accidentally got the times wrong, so then I trained them at the same time, and they were like, "We can do this more often," and I was like, "That was cool." I only worked an hour, and they paid half price, and I'm like, ding,
idea.
F45, and that's when F45 came out. So when we were running the boot camps, we noticed a couple of them trickle across the road at Jamison Park, and F45 obviously put boot camp in a room. So we're a bit like, like they've actually like, they've put a boot camp in a room. Wow, this is insane. Like, what are we going to do? So then that's when G3 Fitness Center come about, and we're like, how can we see their model and see what they're about, but do it towards a skill set of like specific muscle groups and stuff like that, the way we usually train.
And that is the point of difference. So the style of training that you wanted to bring to group fitness, which still no one really does the same. So all the way back then. So G3 Fitness Penrith opened in
2018. Okay.
So 2018, and it's like still, there's no one really doing what we've been doing. So how did you come up with that model, and why did you feel like that was what was needed?
I feel like that's the way I enjoy training, and that's the way I used to train my clients. But the thing was, back in the day, how many people can pay? This is how it actually come about. The fact that, say for example, you were my client, I train you once a week because you can only afford one PT session. I'd be training you once a week for legs. But then I would give you a program to go train chest and back the next day. But if I'm training Kye tomorrow and he's paying me, how can I stop my workout with him to come see you to correct you and make sure you're doing things correctly?
Wow.
So I had that mindset. I had about 37 clients at that time, and I said to them all, hey, I'm about to build a place. The thing is, instead of paying me once a week, what you pay, you'll pay that over a week instead of one session. I'm still going to motivate you. I'm still going to correct your form. I'm going to make sure that you get to train every day at a time slot that suits you best, rather than me having to slot you into a certain time slot. The only difference is you don't get me one-on-one. Every single one of them said yes. So I had one girl that was paying me $220 a week for 4 PT sessions. Now she turns that into a month. She's like, I'm stoked.
Yeah.
Wow.
That's how it come about that I could facilitate for more, because I couldn't take on any more clients because I was booked from 5 a.m. to 11 and then 3 till 9 and then would repeat. So
and the key there, man, is you've basically taken like what you've seen as like the ideal PT format. Like how can I get the best out of a 4-session schedule across a week, and then put that into a group fitness format, which is what you came up with.
Yeah.
Which is why it works so fucking well.
it's pretty cool. I like get goosebumps. I still think about how the fuck did that just happen? Like, this is insane. Like,
I don't know how many people have had walk in the gym and say, like, I've never seen group fitness with machines.
crazy. Because it's like you've gone to like an Anytime Fitness, you're getting a personal training session, but in a group training facility. And we're just like chest up, back straight, lean over, go heavier, 3 more. Like, bang, 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 you know? So it was captivating. Even for myself now, I look back and go, it was like magic. It just happened. And then because I was still at World Gym building G3, I was testing it.
Yeah, okay, yeah.
But the hardest thing was I had Tom, Dick and Harry trained in there as well that would use certain machines. So I just had to optimize and be like, how was that? And they were like, we're cooked.
Yeah.
So I was like, cool. So we trained it like prior to building it. So once we opened it, was just, you know, we shot for the stars. Like that first year, it was like, fuck. I remember me and Charlie were just 50 members, 100 members, 150, 200. I think it got 230. And it was just like, because everyone was like, what is going on? Because F45 was a thing, but nothing else was a thing, you know.
And the point of difference, definitely like the 45 style of training, a lot of conditioning cardio based, and for the most part like on a full body workouts, and just those splits and how much people get out of it.
Yeah.
I love it.
So yeah, and then I never had the thought of franchising at all or anything, you know what I mean? And like it was really cool to hear the stories that you guys shared, and like hearing my name on a podcast, it's really cool. Like doing podcasts but then hearing your name on a podcast is really cool. But like it's just been magic. Like that's all I can put it down to. Like even like Zab, who wanted some areas, he's like, do you mind if like I build a G3 down the road? And I'm like, what, like this? He's like, yeah. Once again, I'm just having fun doing my thing. And then we went again. And then like the story with Kye, I've got that connection with him, that story. Kane, same thing. Like it was just did its thing.
Like my story about how G3 came about for me, he's got 5 of those.
I love that because I think it's what I see, Gamble, is like you weren't just building members or trainers. At the time, you're building business owners.
Yeah.
And did that ever cross your mind like, holy heck, I'm building business owners right now?
No, to be honest, no. It was just, I seen something in him and I was like, he would fit the part. Because you're cut from a different cloth if you own a gym. Like, you don't realize the amount of things that need to get done. And we had a lot of people come across our tables being like, hey, and we're just like, no. We had one guy just be like, what, you don't want however much it was, couple 100,000, like you don't want another one? And we were like, this isn't going to work.
Wow.
Like we knocked back
because
places.
he didn't fit the mold that you wanted.
He
wasn't the person.
He was like looking at this.
Wow.
And I'm like, yeah, but you don't, like, I'm not going to work with you properly because you don't understand what I'm about. And this is just going to cause confrontation. Keep your money. Because I've never had the money. So it's sort of like.
Moral ethics came in, work ethics, moral ethics.
Yeah.
Whereas most people are like, okay, money's on the table, let's go. Whereas you had an opportunity and you saw something that didn't fit what you believed was G3.
Yeah, well, like F45, like they sold them to every Tom, Dick and Harry, and how many of them are still kicking?
Yeah.
Do you know what I mean? But I was happy with one.
Yeah.
The fact that we got to 6 was like, wow. Like I was sweet with one. I was sweet running boot camps. Like, I don't know if it's just that, if I'm going to go back to childhood, if it's just the way it was. You know, mum could only share love. Like that was it. That's all I wanted anyway. She could only share care and appreciation. So it was sort of like, we still paid the bills and we still had things. We weren't poor, but it was below average. We just made it work. So I think I just continually made it work.
Yeah.
I guess, you know.
And by the sounds of things, you created opportunities where people didn't think there were opportunities. Like for instance, Kye told me his story. Like it was just a passing comment to you, you know. And then you basically tapped on the shoulder and said, no, this is, you know, thought about X, Y, and Z. Kane's story could be the same. Everyone else's story could be the same. Like they've come to you, and like you said, for you it's like sharing the love. I don't, correct me wrong, like you wouldn't see it's like, okay, yeah, that's another business, I'm gonna make more money. It's like, okay, they fit the mold. They have what I believe they have, and I believe that they're going to be an extension of what I am right now.
Well, I feel like in the day of my, like, I'm going to look back in 20 years from now and know that I've got a story with him that only me and him have in that moment when he's listening to that song that he remembers. that to me is like, will sit at the top of like the whole chart. Same as with Kane being like, hey bro, do you want us, like, I can see that you could own this. Like knowing that just came out of me. Like that's where I'm a big believer on God and the universe. It was like, it was just God was like, this is the one. Like, let's keep talking. Like I remember saying things to Kane. I'm like, where's this coming from? But I was like, I believe you, bro. We can do it. In my head, I'm like, can I? I'm like, well, fuck, I guess so. We're just going to have to, you know. It's just magic, man. Like the world is just such, like we passing comment. He came in, me and Kane fucked him up and then he didn't leave. Like, you know, Brooke was training there and he's like, my wife never goes to the gym this many days a week. The fact that she's coming here, I need to come suss it out. Like,
that's exactly what happened.
So as I've gotten older, like I'm 33 now, but I'm looking back on life and it's just like, it just happens, and it just enjoy it as much as possible, and just ebbs and flows, ups and downs, smiles and frowns. So.
Only get one, mate. Enjoy it.
Exactly, 100%. But yeah, it's a powerful thing knowing I've got these connections with these people that it was like it happened just like magic, you know. So
and dude, and you've got to give yourself credit, man. Like you usually don't, but
you know me too well.
from all those conversations. So from our one conversation, for seeing something in me. Like there's now hundreds of members' lives that we've changed out here, and then the same at Blackstone, and then the same at St Mary's, and then the same at Windsor, and then the same at Steno. So all of these people, and at the very start, there's like yourself, Janae, and Charlie, and what you guys created, which is fucking cool.
Yeah, I appreciate that. I've been mindful of like taking things on when people say nice things rather than being like, oh yeah, it's all good. I don't know if it's a insecurity thing, but no, I really appreciate that, and I've been reminding myself that of more, but I'm just happy to be here. Like I say that with people, like I'm just, even with G3, I'm like I know I own the business and I'm here, but I'm being honest with you guys. I'm happy to be here exactly like all you guys. Like don't make me feel like I'm any different, that I'm the owner and I've run the show. It's like, I just do my part, you know? So
I love that.
Yeah.
Well then, I guess so, as I love having the history of G3, but obviously in the last couple of years, like you've added more. You know, like so, and Kye touched a bit on that. So now you have Unwind. I'd love to hear a bit more about that, like your mindset behind recovery, because I've heard it on your podcast as well. And then from recovery, you're venturing into more spaces, aren't you?
Yeah. I feel like with G3, it's very physical and mental, where I sort of ended up down a spiritual journey a couple of years ago of self-development, ended up in the jungle in Colombia doing ayahuasca and
Where? Would say that again.
Colombia.
In the jungle?
In the jungle. I lived in the jungle for a week. Which
so
was
he's been twice now.
Yeah, I've been twice, And it was like a life-changing thing that happened in the jungle. Like I drank this medicine that like Mike Tyson drank, Conor McGregor just went on a spiritual journey.
Yeah,
Same
I've just
thing.
seen him post that. Yeah.
So like a lot of people are starting to do this stuff, which really stripped me back. And then, Unwind was once again just an idea that progressed, and it once again, it was just magic. It just happened. Like the right people came involved that wanted to be a part of it and had what we didn't have, and we've connected, and you know, it's built this whole different space where I feel like it's not the next chapter that G3's done, but I feel like it's another part of me that I can show people. Yeah. I'm not just Mr. Trainer. Yeah. Like you guys do on the podcast, you're showing what you guys are about, that I'm not just a gym owner and a gym manager and a trainer. This is who I am. Unwind has given me the opportunity to do that with people.
Yeah. Okay.
So like G3, they see that.
Yeah.
But then my members will come to Unwind and I sit with them like this, and they'll do a sauna ice bath. We'll have a coffee and share stories and, you know, drop in like that. So it's been cool.
For those who don't know what Unwind is, what is Unwind?
Unwind Studios is a recovery center. So we've got our own breathing room where we do like hot glutes and abs, stretch and mobility, yoga, sweat classes as well. So we've got our own room that's got heaters, and then we've got a massive 25-man sauna. We've got ice baths. We've got leg compression sleeves. So yeah, it's just a space for people to slow down. It's really cool to watch people come in so like frantic and then leave, and they're just like relaxed. And it's same as G3 but different. It's on a corner, it's upstairs. It's like I've like redone what I've done but just differently. So it's really cool to see my own development in that.
Yep.
Like I remember doing business the first year of G3 was like fucking lost all my hair, stressing, worrying. Like it was just like it had to be.
You mean that's not a choice? That's not
no,
a choice.
I just swear to God. And it was just like it had to be that way, where with Unwind it's just very like I'm just enjoying the process more. But yeah, it's just it's a recovery center. So now I can have people can see a different side of what I've got to offer as well. I'm not just Mr. G3, you could say.
But it's a cool because they go through G3, so you get them through that side of things, so the mental, the physical health, But then also from there, it's a full circle, and now you bring them into the recovery. So not only are we doing that here, there's a second option come here, which is just as important. Would you say like training and the fitness is just as important, but the recovery is just as important?
Yeah, I feel like I've done what I did with G3 because there was only a 45 out when G3 was open. So now how many group training facilities is there? There's probably 15 just in this corner block.
Yeah.
I've done the same with recovery. I started recovery early. There's only a couple of centers around there, and I feel like it's just going to become the next thing that isn't going to go away.
Yep.
Do you know what I mean? You look at UFC fighters, they're recovering more than they're training.
Yep.
So it's obviously early days. Like we haven't been open a year yet. But once again, I've got faith, I've got trust, and all I have is hard work ethic and can just keep pushing away at it. And the big man upstairs will do its thing. Like he will take care of the rest. That's what I say. I'm like, I'm just here playing my part.
Love that. And then which leads us into the next thing. Like Kye was saying earlier, like you're very big on mindset. I'd love for you to kind of open up about like what that is. Like what is mindset and what is it to you?
I feel like when you can really have a good relationship with yourself, life can become a lot different. And that's one thing that jungle journey showed me, was like I had a full-blown ego death. That's what they call it, where you just basically get disintegrated into dust.
Wow.
Like you become everything but nothing. And it's really hard to explain, but it's like this thing that everything I told myself before that journey was just like put on the table. I was like looking at it going, that's not you, bro.
So, like, you mean you're like your perception of yourself?
Perception of myself,
Right.
the insecurities, the doubts, everything I told myself for all those years growing up and childhood, and all that was put on the table. And like that journey was like, can you see that that's not you?
Wow.
Can you see that? And that just a clean slate. Like it was a full blown clean slate for me. And I was like, now what do you want to do? Let's have fun here. Like let's create. Let's find more peace. Let's slow down. Let's be present. Let's enjoy time with the girls. Let's fully be there, and then go do what you got to do in that moment and go do what you got to do there. So that journey really disintegrated everything. And then, once again, just mindset of like building a good relationship with myself, speaking good to myself. Like, and I still have my days. Like I'm not perfect. I still have days I'm in my head and stuff like that. But the difference now is I don't suffer anymore. So I still feel pain, but I don't suffer. Where before, I would suffer with a thought, like a member would leave and say something, I would suffer for 3-4 days.
Wow.
Or an old story would come up and I'd just sit with it and I'd like be at work and I'm like, oh yeah, sorry, next station. But now after this journey, and then I've just gone deeper into the self-development, I don't suffer and sit with things as long. I'm like, okay, cool, this has come up. Like so it's like I've got a cabinet file where I'm like, oh, okay, this has come up. Well, we know what to do here. Like, let's break it down. Let's put it back and let's put it back in there.
Wow.
And this is where you say that like your thoughts are not who you are.
Yeah.
Like it's literally just a thought.
It's a passing cloud.
If it pops in your head, that's not who you are. It's just a thought. Let it come, let it go. Don't let it own you. Don't let it dictate who you are as a person.
Because half your thoughts you wouldn't pick anyway. How many times are you driving home from work and something comes up that happened 5, 10, 15, 30, 40 years ago and you're like, fuck. But it's just like, it just happens. But
sometimes you think of fucked up shit.
100%. I've thought about like how fast do you reckon I could drive this car into that tree? Like, do you reckon just fade it or just like do something like, like I've
got this super, super weird thing. Whenever I'm at a height, like if I'm like on a ledge of something, there's an image of me jumping off in my head.
Wow.
Every time.
I do that at the plaza. I'll be up top and be like, do you reckon I could just see what happens?
I've told my because my missus hates heights and she knows I think that. So whenever I get to an edge, she's like fucking pulling me back because she thinks,
Wow.
I swear to God.
That's crazy.
I can't control it.
Yeah, that's so funny. But yeah, no, like honestly, it's just I've built a real good relationship with myself. I know childhood, growing up and stuff like that, it was a bit, Dad was out doing his thing. Mum was sort of in the picture doing her best. They were young when they had me. So a lot of childhood stuff comes through, but I've just accepted it. Like I've written my mum and dad letters of just how much love and appreciation that they did the best they could with what they had. So I've given my dad a lot of peace. Like he's like a mate now. He's his dad.
Was that you like trying to like heal your relationship?
Yeah, like because I had a lot of guilt. Like he would muck around growing up and stuff like that and stuff like that. So I actually wrote him a letter a couple Christmases ago. Him and my mum and my dad wrote them both a letter, and I gave it to him on Christmas Eve. And I said, look, just don't read this until tomorrow. Just because we're all here, just take that with you. Mum messaged me that night. She's like, me and her have got an open relationship. So she's like, I love you. And like, you know, honestly, thank you, because I just did the best I could with you guys. I'm like, that was all I needed. Like, you've built me into this, you know?
Yep.
As for my dad, the next day I was going to my missus' mum and dad's, and I went to walk into the house and I got a video from him, and I was like, oh, that's weird. Like, he's probably eating all the prawns from yesterday. And I clicked on the video, and it was like, he was just bawling his eyes out. And it was a 6-second video, and he's like, thank you so much, son. I love you.
Wow.
And it was like all the guilt that he's lived with growing up of thinking that he could have done differently was just like, brother, like, it's all good. Like, you just did the best you could. You know, you had a rough upbringing. So how do I expect for you to think that you just know, like, you know? Yeah. So then now it's sort of like this, we just like, we've never spoken about it face to face. It was just, he sent me that video, and I could see him as a kid. Yep. In that video, like I could see a kid version of him. And then now he doesn't live with the guilt anymore. So when he plays with my kids, it's like he's playing with me. Yeah. Where before, when he would play with my kids, I'm like, what the fuck was that?
The resent, yeah.
Well, like,
I didn't have that.
How did I expect at that age for him to know with all the stuff that he had going on, you know? So now he plays with my girls. I'm just the man in the middle that just unchunked the chain to be like, we're good, you know.
That's cool.
So a lot of peace there, which is good. So,
and you credit that to that mindset journey you took?
Yeah, like just like I was on a self-development journey since COVID, because G3 was everything to me growing up, because growing up I didn't have much. So when I started G3, it was everything. Yep. Like it was you don't say like your baby, it was like the baby, but because I didn't have much growing up, it was the first thing that was real, that was mine. So I protected it with everything I had. When COVID happened, I had to put it down. Yeah. Who am I behind that? And that's when I went on the self-development journey. And that's when I started reading. I started listening to podcasts, understanding who I was. All these things that I was telling myself are just thoughts, you know. And so I did 3 years worth of self-development. And then the jungle was like it sealed the deal for me. And then since then, I've just been on that journey. You know, even with Unwind, I was in the shower, and when the shower fogs up, I just wrote Unwind on the wall and did the infinity logo. I come out of the shower, I said to Janae, we're going to build a place called Unwind. And she's like, where's that going to happen? I'm like, it will happen. Yep. And then it's 50 meters from G3 Penrith. It's on upstairs. It's like, once again, God's work. It's like, it just happens so effortlessly. Yep. So that's why now moving forward, I don't put much effort on things. If the cards fall and they land that way,
that's the way it is.
So you know what I mean? If it's good, it's bad, it just is. So yeah, it's good. The relationship I have with myself is everything. If I have a really healthy, continuous relationship with myself, it trickles on to Janae, it trickles on to the kids, my members. Everyone gets the best version of me, but I have to give myself that first.
Dude, so many people would benefit from that. 100%. So many people like have a healthy relationship with yourself. Think about yourself positively. Talk to yourself positively. Don't let negative thoughts control you. They are not who you are. So many people would benefit from that.
But you need to slow down enough to be able to see that. Yeah. So you can say that, but do you feel that? Yeah. There's a difference between like, oh, I'm going to be positive. But when you feel it and you like slow down and you start to do things and put practices into place, that's why I built Unwind. Come to Unwind, put your phone away. Let's talk and let's connect, you know?
Dude, let's just take a couple of minutes. Like, because I feel like that's so important. If you were to try to guide someone into trying to do that, like, how could they start? What should they be focusing on?
Slow down. Slow everything down and slow down even more. Because when you start to slow down, you start to see what comes up.
You see it.
You don't realize how many thoughts go through your subconscious if you're moving fast. You're on your phone scrolling, then you're on the TV and you're doing this, and you're thinking about something from 3-4 years ago. It's like, so like prioritizing. So I would come down to daily tasks. Give yourself enough time off social media. Give yourself a good gap. First thing I do when I wake up.
Without social media?
Without social media. I'll get rid of
social media block?
Block. So I go on from like 12 till 4, and then I'll schedule posts for that night, quickly go on and reshare, then I'm off. Because I'm like, and I have actually muted like 1,500 people on Instagram. It was the best thing I've ever done. I only see 100 stories of people that I'm actually connected with, because it's like, it's just noise, and I don't need more noise. I need less. First thing I do when I wake up, I put my feet on the ground. I just thank God. Thank you, God, that I'm here. Thank you, God, for my breath. And thank you, God, that my family's healthy. Because those are the three things that if shit really went south, if they're all good, well, I'm sweet. Yeah. So that's the first thing I do. I put my hands on it. I thank God for my breath. I thank God for being here. Thank you for my family being healthy. I get up, make my drink, get packed, drive to the gym. As I'm driving to the gym, no music. I don't want anything to tell me anything right now. I do not need noise. I'm going to have a conversation with God. Once again, God, thank you for me being here today. I'm going to drive to G3. I'm going to do my best. I'm just going to try and have a really positive day. I'm going to do everything that I can today that I'm without stressing or worrying. When it comes to my bank account, members, Unwind, I'm going to leave that to you because you're the one that's built all that. And I'm just going to do the best I can today. So basically, I take the jacket off before I even start. And then I might put a little bit of music on or just sit in silence before I get to work. So I've already gave gratitude and I've had the conversation. My day's magical after that. Yeah. I just go and do my part. Once again, I just go to G3, deliver, give a good service, see my kids, whatever. And then everything else, I don't have that control of it has to be that way. It's how do you know that? Yeah. You know what I mean? It's when you control and force things to be it needs to jam in that hole. It's bro, you don't know that. You don't know COVID fucked us all. Yeah. We had no idea that was fucking coming. So I keep it really small these days and simple, and it's actually so effective.
I love it. I love that because you've just basically explained, you've stripped it back to the bare basic or the bare minimum that has value to you. Your breath, your family, and your day. You know what I mean?
That's it.
And everything else just falls into place the way it's meant to. I think we were taught in society that take control of this, own your bank account, own that, own this. If you don't own it, somebody else does. If you're not in control, someone's in control of you. That's what society is teaching us a lot today. And I love it how you are taking it to the point where simplify it.
And I work harder that way. So because I simplify it, I just turn up today and do that. I can get double the stuff done because I've given tasks to myself. I've given God the rest. Yep. And I just sit in this lane and I get so much done in a day because I'm not worried about what happened 3 weeks ago. I'm not worried about what's going to happen tomorrow. I'm literally just fully immersed in the present moment. And like I said, I still have my days. Don't get me wrong. I have days, but they come around far in between now than what they used to, where you'll sit with something for 3 weeks and
you won't let it roll into the next day.
Yeah, it's like a cycle. It just keeps playing, and you're trying to go through the day. And I'm well, my days are so long now because I'm so present. I'll get to 11 a.m. Fuck, it's been a long day, but I'm just so
present.
I've kept it real simple because it's it's all you can control. Today, I was it was real simple. This morning, had some hours at G3, went to Unwind, coming here, go see the kids. It's real, and everything else will do its thing. It always works out. Has it ever not worked out? That's what I tell myself when I have a bad day. I've been alive 33 years. Has it ever not worked out? No, it always works out the way it's supposed to. So why am I going to worry about, do you think you're not going to tackle this thing?
Yeah.
Because we always have big things happen. So you always just get through it and, yeah.
Would you classify yourself as a religious person? Have you always been a religious?
No, but I just feel like when it comes to religion and beliefs, it's you just sit with whatever feels right for you. I used to say the universe a lot. I don't know.
Which is why I ask.
Yeah.
So you used to frame as the universe has a direction and it'll control.
Yeah.
Now you're saying God will control it a lot. So what's that transition been? And
it's just
it's just what you feel.
It's just what I felt. I just feel when it's a God, it's someone that and it's funny because that says God right there. Yeah, there we go. Right up here it says God Ox. Little shit like that happens all day. I feel the universe was a thing that I would use as it's something where with God, I feel like it's someone.
Yeah.
So I feel I build that continuous connection.
Yeah.
I'll have a day that I fucked up, that I do so many fucked up things. You know what I mean? Numbed myself because I just had a shit day. Ate shit, watched a bit of porn, did all the stuff that gives me a little hit of dopamine but doesn't really fulfill me. And then I go to bed, I have a shit night's sleep. I was on my phone too much. But the next day I wake up and I say, God, I know yesterday I missed the mark. I'm aware of it, but today I'm going to put things in place to make sure I have a better day. So I feel I'm connecting with someone, and then things show up magically, man. And I'm it's, I'm not taking it woo-woo wise, but that. I'm how does that say that? And I looked up as you said that. It says Godox right there. I'll be driving and I'll be thinking of something. I'll see 444 or 111 or a song will come on or someone will tell me something. And they're I don't know why, I just had to tell you this. And I'm I understand you had to give me a message. So when it comes to religion and no, I don't go to church. I say my prayers and I meditate every day, but I've just got a good connection with someone that's a power that's bigger than me to like take the load, because I don't want to have to be the one to control everything anymore. I'm tired. I'm not tired anymore, but I was tired trying to like manage, like even with the whole G3, I had G3s and Unwind's building. I've got kids and I'm everywhere but nowhere. I'm like, fuck this.
So it was like release it and then feeling lighter because of it.
Yeah, and like it's all good. Like at the end of the day, am I going to worry? Like I remember once upon a time, I was like, get to 20 G3s, get to 30 G3s. Like, let's go. Because I want to show everyone that I built another G3. And then they like my photo and they get dopamine hit. Like, yeah, he's the man. And it's like, bro, I don't care anymore. Like I've got the trainers there running the show. I'm the cleaner at the back because I'm good, you know? And when you're good with yourself and you're really comfortable that you don't have to try and show anything, what's left? You just be there with people, you know? So I've taken that load off massively, you know, especially over the years, because it just got too heavy. Like that's why we went independent with G3s. We set sail with that. We did Unwind. We just simplified everything. So, and they say less is more. You know, I've got money to pay the bills. I've got enough money to go on holidays. And I'll never forget my business partner. He said to me at Unwind, he said to me, success to me is knowing that I can take my girls to breakfast on a Sunday morning and they can pick whatever they want off the menu. And I'll never forget that. Because to me, I'm like, that's success. A lot of people can't do that. So if I can take my kids out to breakfast and they can pick whatever they want off the menu, I'm good. I don't need... The money will do its thing. Like money just does its thing. It's just an energy exchange. You know what I mean? But peace, fulfillment, self-love, you know, being present, that's sort of like what's taking charge. So...
I love it. And
I can't even think of a better way to fucking wrap this thing up. That was money.
And I think that's a good message to put to anybody who's listening, not just people in the fitness industry, like anybody, you know what I mean? And just what you're saying there, like if we take a couple of steps back, you know, it starts with having a good relationship with yourself, you know? Yeah. And like, I fully appreciate that, you know, because that makes sense, because at the end of the day, when things go wrong, who do we blame first?
Yeah.
Yeah. And then we hold on to that.
Yeah, no, I appreciate that. And like, just one more thing, you touched on it the other time of like, people see my identity and go, like, put me on some sort of thing. Like, oh, he's got G3, he's got Unwind. Like, I never forget my mate the other day. He's like, oh, you've got like all these businesses. Like, I should start a business. I said, bro, trust me, you probably don't want to do that. But are you happy? Like, if you're in your job and you're in and you're making good money and you're feeding the family, like, don't think that, and that's where social media gets it twisted. I'm just a human. All these famous people, like on social media, that people think they want to aspire to be, they've got more problems than anyone. Like, don't think that you have to be something. Just be you. Put one face on. Like, anyone that was in this room, you'd see this face, no matter what. It's effortless, it's more peaceful, and don't think you have to continuously... Don't get me wrong, success is great and it's good to, you know, free up time and do things in this world, but I'm like every other human. I still fuck up, I still feel shit. I'm just playing my role, you know what I mean? Where I think a lot of people get it twisted of like thinking they have to do something. Where it's like, bro, if you're paying the bills and having fun, what, like, don't think that you have to do more. Like, you're human. I know people might think you're the gym owner and whatever, but you're human. We're not superhuman. We've still got fucking shit going on, if not more shit. So yeah, that's one thing I say to like people when I have conversations. I'm like, trust me, man. Like I'm just doing my thing, learning about myself, because we're all here and we've got our own personalities and the way we are as people. But when you can learn who you are, that's it. Like it's fun time. So yeah.
Oh man, we appreciate having you on Gamble and sharing all this with us. Like, I feel like it's like penny drop, knowledge drop, penny drop, knowledge drop,
100.
knowledge drop. We appreciate you.
Thank you. Appreciate you guys. Appreciate what you guys are doing. This is good. You guys have got a good connection. So when I seen that come up, it was really cool. I was stoked to listen. I must have been one of the first listeners second the YouTube video dropped. And I heard my name. I was like, fuck, this is cool.
Dude, so like, I think our first ep was like a 20-minute ep. And it had been live for about 21 minutes and he called me.
Yeah. Well, yeah, because the episode finished. So I called you straight away. Yeah, but keep doing what you're doing. You know, you're inspiring people, and I think it's what I just touched on. It's important for people to learn who you are. Yep. Because I think that's powerful. You learn a lot about yourself through podcasts. Like, I think I've done at least 200 episodes now, and like I just learn more about myself the whole way through, you know, which is really cool. So it opens up a different side of you. So that's mad.
Oh man,
thank you.
Appreciate you, brother.